Hello everyone, welcome to this class. Today we continue our series for preparation for CMAT 2021. We had done many lectures here on percentage, time and work, time, speed, distance. Now this is one lecture on averages. So how will we study this chapter? Now there are methods to solve problems on averages. There is a normal solving method and there is a shortcut logic method which we have discovered at Storyboard. So we'll discuss this as well as this method so that you understand it better. Because you are writing an exam like CMAT which is going to have options. So if you have options in the exam, why to go for solving method? I can go for the shortcut logic method and get the answer in 10 to 15 seconds. That is what we'll study in this class. Like how do you use the shortcut methods to reach to the answers? How will we study this? What will you get in this YouTube class and what will you get in the Zoom class? So this YouTube class will tell you a story, as we always do. We tell you a story in this YouTube class which will help you to memorize the concept. And this story is a story of average guy. He is also called as Akshay Gawande, AG. This is a story of AG. So AG is obsessed with the concept of average. Wherever he goes to watch a cricket match, he goes into his family where he's studying the relationship, he applies the concept of averages. At the time of his birth, he's applying the concept of average. When he is in the school, he's applying the concept of average with respect to the height and weight of the students. So everywhere he goes, he applies this concept of average, which helps you to memorize various concepts that are being required for this chapter. So that's what we'll study, this story in the YouTube class. But as we always say, recall is a lot more important than story, because now you have to apply the concepts that you have learned in the story. Story helped you to memorize and learn the concepts, but exam will ask you to apply that concept in 30 seconds. That's what the Zoom class will do for you. Okay, so make sure you had downloaded the Storyboard application, because only when you are added to the CMAT 2021 batch, you will be having the access to Zoom classes. So make sure you download our application and you get added in CMAT 2021 batch so that you can attend the follow-up class of this class. Okay, you get a story here, but the recall will be done in Zoom classes. We'll solve problem with mixed concepts. So we'll study various concepts here. All these concepts will apply to solve exam problems, as well as we'll see various scenarios in which you can apply this problem. Okay, so that your recall becomes perfect. So learn the concepts with YouTube classes and apply them with Zoom classes. I'll see you in the Zoom class. Till then, all the best and have great learning with this YouTube class. What is average? Now, even before we start with the chapter on average and study various stories related to average, let us first understand as to what is an average. What is the meaning of average? So let us start with a simple question. Say there is an IPL match that is going on, and the runs scored by a batsman in 5 matches, not 10 matches, let's make it simple, 5 matches. Say first match he scored 10 runs, second match he scored 20 runs, third match he scored 30 runs, fourth match he scored 40 runs, and fifth match he scored 50 runs. Now the question to you is, what is the average number of runs scored by this batsman in 5 matches put together? What is the meaning of average? Which means per match. If I am asking you per match, what is the run scored by this batsman, what will you do? You will say it's simple, add all of them and take their sum. So 50 plus 40, 90 plus 30, 120, 140, it comes out to be 150. So 150 is the total number of runs scored by the batsman in how many matches? 5 matches. So per matches, what is the number of runs scored by the batsman? That is nothing but 30 runs, and that's how simple it is to reach to an average of a number. So it is nothing but per match what is being asked here. That is your average. Now where can you apply the concept of averages? Now this is what I had given to you are runs, right? Runs, you can apply this concept anywhere you want to. You can apply this concept to age as well. How do you apply it to age? The age of 5 people is given as age of first person is this, 10. Age of second person is this, 20. Age of third person is this, age of fourth person is this, age of fifth person is this, and then so on. So what is the average age of 5 person? You will say again it is 30. Okay, where can you apply more of this concept? You can apply this concept to weight as well. weight of 5%, weight of first person is this, weight of second person is this, weight of third person is 30, fourth person is 40, fifth person is 50. What is the average weight of 5 persons put together? 30. Again I use the same concept. So you can use runs, you can use it for age, you can use it for weight, or where else can you use? Just start thinking. Temperatures, like anywhere you can use this concept of average. Temperature for 5 weeks is given to me as first week is this, or let us simplify further. 5 days. First day is 10 degree. Second day the temperature was 20 degree. Third day the temperature was 30 degree. Fourth day 40 degree, and fifth day the temperature was 50 degree. So what was the average temperature per day? Okay, per day. So we started with per match, then we move on to per person. Okay, that was age and weight. Now we move on to per day. That is always your average. Talking about one, if I give you many, what is one if I take all of them together? Okay, that is always your average. So you will again say the average temperature per day is 30 degrees Celsius, and that's how you just put those numbers in a word problem, and just the meaning of the average changes every time. Okay, so you can apply it to any concept that you look into. Okay, it could be runs, it could be age, it could be weight, it could be temperature, it could be speed as well. Okay, time, speed, distance is one of the chapter that you must have studied. So in that speed, okay, the speed of the vehicle for the first hour was 10 meter per second. See, in the second hour it was 20 meter per second, third hour 30 meter per second, fourth hour 40 meter per second, fifth hour it is again what, 50 meter per second, and then so on. Okay, fifth hour is this. Now the question is, what is the average speed of the vehicle per hour? So now I'm going to this per hour. So you will say, okay, 150 was the total speed in 5 hours. So per hour the speed will be 30 meter per second. Okay, that is always the meaning of average. It is always on the basis of per. Okay, if I give you many and you combine all of them, what is the per or one part of it? That will always be your average. So per day, per hour, per person, per match, that will be your average. This is just to put different numbers into word based or a thought which is being put into the numbers with respect to average. Okay, let us understand one more meaning associated with the average. It is nothing but, if you have to not solve it in this way, there is always a shortcut to this, which is saying that it's a central number. It's a central number across which the other numbers are equally distributed. Okay, equally distributed. Now, what is the meaning of this? A central number across which the other numbers are equally distributed. So let's take this number only. I am giving you 10, 20, 30, 40 and then 50. Let's start with our first example, runs only. Runs scored by the batsman in 5 matches. First match 10, second match 20 and so on, fifth match 50. Now, how can you start with this central number across which the other numbers are equally distributed? Now, I think that, okay, the biggest number here is 50. The smallest number here is 10. Now, I need to get an average which will be in between 10 and 50, right? So, I just think that the average would be somewhere around, say, 35. I don't know if it is 30 or not. I'm just thinking if the average is 35. Okay, so what will happen? See, what will happen if I think that the average is 35? I'll say, okay, 35, if that is the average, I'll say this is what plus 5, because this is 5 more than 35. This will be what, plus 15, 40, 50. I don't know the answer, I'm just trying to guess. Okay, this will be what, minus 5, because this is 5 less than 35. This will be what, minus 15, and this will be what, minus 25. Okay, now add all of them, which means add all this which I got till now. So what will happen? Plus 5 minus 5 gets cancelled. Plus 15 minus 15 gets cancelled. What are you left with is minus 25. This minus 25 is the additional that you are getting, which is distributed across 5. So divide it by 5. Because this minus 25 is distributed across 5 numbers. 5 ones are, 5 5s are. Minus 5 is the answer that you get it in. Which means what? Your assumption that the average was 35 is wrong. Subtract it by 5. If you subtract it by 5, you get the answer as 30. Correct? 30 is your average. Because 30 is that central number across which the other numbers are equally distributed. Now if you would have started with 30, what would have happened? You would have written a 0 here. If you would have started with a correct average, right, 30, you would have written a plus 10 here, you would have written a plus 20 here, then you would have written a minus 10 here and minus 20 here. If you add all of them, what are you getting it? Plus 10, minus 10, plus 20, minus 20. Answer is 0, which means 30 is my average, because 30 is that central number across which the other numbers which are more than and less than are equally distributed. Okay, that is why 30 turns out to be my average. So that is again one more meaning of the average: central number across which the other numbers are equally distributed. Okay, that is again one definition of average that you are supposed to know, because in the kind of exams that we are writing, we'll be getting options. Okay, so not that always we'll add all of them and divide to get to your answer. We'll use shortcut method, which is of central number. Now just to give an example, if I take an average as 40, okay, now just imagine if I take an average as 40, what will happen now? 40, so what will happen? This will be what? Plus 0, this will be plus 10, correct? This will be minus 10, correct? This will be what? Minus 20, okay, and this will be what? Minus 30. Now add all of them. What is coming out to be now? So this is minus 30, minus 20 comes out to be minus 50, minus 10, make it minus 60. This is what? This is 40, so this is 0, 0 plus 10, okay, plus 10. So minus 60 plus 10, answer comes out to be minus 50. Minus 50 is distributed across 5 numbers. Divide this by 5. Answer comes out to be minus 10, which means whatever the average that you have assumed is not the answer. Subtract it by 10. Okay, 40 minus 10, the answer is nothing but 30, correct? Because 30 is my average. So no matter which number you choose, you will always reach to your right answer, because average is nothing but central number across which the other numbers are equally distributed. The average guy. So now we study the story of Akshay Gawande, who is also called as average guy, AG. Akshay Gawande and average guy. Now why is he getting such strange name? Because he has an exceptional capability of averaging out every situation of his life. So when he was born, at the time of his birth, he was at a very young age, and he was able to identify and average out the average age of his family members. Not only that, but his relatives as well. Then he went on to the schools, where he was able to average out the age, weight, and the marks that he got it in the school, which again showed his exceptional ability. Then when he went for a picnic with the family, he was able to average out the speed at which the family was traveling at different instances. So that's why he gets a name as average guy. Now we'll study the different aspect of this story and understand as to how do you apply the concept of averages in the various situations of your life. Okay, so let's start with the first story of AG, which is saying that finding sum of ages from average age. Okay, so what is being given here? The average age of Gawande family, AG's family, consisting of 5 members, is 38 years. So there are 5 members in AG's family. Let's say member is A, B, C, D, E. Okay, the average age is 38 years. So what will you say now? If the average age is 30 years, if age of this is A, age of this is B, plus C, this is D, and this is E. If you do sum of ages of all the members, what will be the sum of age? Okay, that is what is the question that is being asking me. Okay, if the age of A, say this is mother, this is father, this is grandfather, okay, this is sister, and this is brother. Anything can be possible. This is just your visualization as to how will things happen. Okay, so what will you say? I need A plus B plus C plus D plus E, where A is the age of A, B is the age of B, and then so on. That is the answer which is being required in the question. But what am I being told? The average age of 5 members is 38 years, which means what? If I added this, if I divided this by 5, if I added all the age and I divided this by 5, what is the answer that I would have got? 38, correct? Because that's the average age. Okay, is 38 the average age of all the members in the family? No. Okay, we know that if the batsman has an average of 30, that doesn't necessarily means he scored 30 runs. He must have scored 40, 50, 10, such that the overall average comes out to be 30. Okay, similarly, if the average is 38, doesn't mean that each of the member will have 38. That is not necessary. One member can have an age of 10, one member can have an age of 58 as well. Okay, that is any combination that is possible. So this 38 is obviously not necessary. Okay, but a possibility, yes, a possibility. What is the sum then? Sum is quite simple. If I have to find a plus b plus c plus d plus e, how will you find this out? 38 into 5. That's it. That's how simple it is. Okay, so if you add, this is 35 is 150 plus 85 is 190. Okay, that's how easy it is to get the answer to this. Okay, let's see what is the next question that AG is facing in his family. The average age of Gawandé's family consisting of 5 members 3 years ago, now it's not a current age, okay, 3 years ago was 35 years. What is the average age of the family right now? Correct. So if 3 years ago the average age was 35, so what will you say? A plus B plus C plus D plus E. Okay, 3 years ago it was 35 divided by, what will you say? 5. Okay, that was 3 years ago. Now I want after 3 years what will be the average age of the family. So you will say, okay, the sum of the age was how much? 35 into 5, you can do it what? 150 plus 25, it will be what? 175. Correct. What has happened in this 3 years? Now imagine, there is a shortcut to solve this, but imagine this as well. What has happened in this 3 years? This guy A has added plus 3 to his age. So if his age was 30, now it becomes what? 33. Just an example. Okay? That is obviously not the case. This is just for your understanding. Whatever his age was, he has added plus 3 to his age. Similarly, B has added plus 3 to his age. C has added plus 3 to his age, because we are talking 3 years back. Okay, if this was 2015, this is 2018, something like that. Okay, so this is again, he has added plus 3 to his age. He has added plus 3 to his age. So how much has they added? All of them 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Total they have added a 15. So 175 was the age 3 years back. In 3 years they added 15. So what is 175 plus 15? That comes out to be what? 190. 190 is the age of 5 members. Sum of the age of 5 members. A plus B plus C plus D plus E. After 3 years. So this is the sum, correct? If I ask you what is the average, because he's asking what is the average age of the family now. So I'll divide this by what? I'll divide this by 5. So 190 divided by 5. The answer here comes out to be what? Let's do it. This is nothing but 38. Okay, and as simple as that. No need to solve this much as well. Okay, this is again for your better visualization. 35 is the average age of the family 3 years back. Right? What will happen in 3 years? 35 will become 38. It's as simple as that. Because each of the member is adding 3. So plus 3 is added to this, plus 3 is added to this, plus 3 is added to this, to this, to this. Even to the average, plus 3 will be added, right? Because if you are dividing plus 3 by 5 times 3 by the 15, you are dividing it by 5 as well, correct? So the effect remains the same. Right? Because everyone is adding a plus 3 here. So all that you have to do is solve it orally. No need to write so much. Okay? No need to write this as all. If I tell you the average age of the family is 35 4 years back. Okay, 4 years back. So what will be the average age right now? Add 4 to 35. That is nothing but 39. Okay, average age of the family was 35 5 years back. So what will be the average age right now? Add 5 to that, it will be 40. Okay, and it is as simple as that, because there is a logic. Central number across which the other numbers are equally distributed. So even if I add plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, I am dividing it by 5. So 20 divided by 5 plus 4 will be added to the average as well. Okay, because each one of them is adding 4 or a 3 or a 5. Okay, I hope you get the concept with this. Let's move on to the next part of this. The same problem but in a different scenario. The average age of the Gawandé's family, 5 members, correct, 3 years ago was 35 years, we know that. 1 year again now Akshay, our AG, was born in the family. Now what is the average age of the family now? Okay, so now you will tell me, okay, I know that 35 was the average age. 35 was the average age 3 years ago. Right, 3 years ago. So what is the average age right now? 38. We know how to solve this. Just in the previous part, we saw it now. Now if I ask you, okay, what is the sum of age of all the members? Sum of age of all the members right now, you will say, okay, I know that 38 into 5. We had also solved this in the first part, which is nothing but 190. So 190 is the sum of age of all the members in the family right now. So if I have to put it in a simple way, you will say A plus B plus C plus D plus E. 5 members, the sum of the ages, age is 190. This is what is the current scenario right now. Now comes the story of Akshay. 1 year ago, Akshay was born in the family. So what do you say now? How many members are there in the family right now? If 1 year ago Akshay was born, how many members are there in the family right now? 5 plus AG. Okay, 5 members plus AG now. So total there are 6 members right now. Is Akshay born in this year? No, he was born 1 year ago. He was born 1 year ago, which means what? Currently Akshay will be what? 1 year old. Okay, now Akshay will be 1 year old. So he would have also added 1 to this. 190 is a sum of age of all the 5 members in the family now. Akshay was born a year ago. So if I am asking, this is 2018. Okay, this is the age is 38. The rest of the members except for AG. 2015 was when the age was 35. Akshay was born in the year 2017. Okay, so what will you say now? In the year 2018, there are now not 5, there are 6 members, including Akshay. Okay, and Akshay will be 1 year old now. So Akshay will be adding 1 to this as well. So now the sum of age of all the members in the family is 191. And how many members are there? 6. So what is the average age of the family right now? 191 divided by 6 and not 5. Okay, because what is an average age? Age of per member in a family. Okay, and that's what I need to find out. So because of Akshay, obviously the average will reduce because he's just 1 year old now. So he will take age from all the other members in the family. He'll take age from all the other members. Okay, so let's just do it right now. This will be what? 6 1s are 3, 6 3s are 18. What is remaining is 1 1. Then what? 6 2s are 1 1, right? 6 3s are 18, 11 hai. So 6 1s are 6, 7 8 9 10 11 31. What is remaining is 5 by 6. 31 5 by 6. Okay, that will be the average age of the family right now. If you want to convert into decimals, this will be 6 3s are 18. So this is right 1 1 31, and 1 by 6 is 16.66 into 5 will be somewhere around 80. Okay, so 31.8 will be the average age of 6 members in the family right now. Okay, that's how you approach the problem on average. Now let's see one more scenario to this problem. So Akshay is facing a lot of scenarios right now. The average age of Gawandé's family 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 members 3 years ago was 35 years. So we know now it will be 38 into 5, 190. 1 year ago Akshay was born in the family. Okay, so we know that as well. 191 will be the average age of the family right now. Sum of the age 191 divided by 6 will be the average age of the family right now. What will be the average age of the Gawandé's family when Akshay will be 4 year old? Okay, now this is where the question changes. So till here we know that. Okay, 3 years ago age was 35. Now the age is 38. So we did 38 into 5. Sum of the ages was 190. Akshay was born 1 year ago, so we added 1 to that. So now the sum of age of all the 6 members is 191. We know that. Okay, we know that. And if I divide this by 6, we get the previous answer as 31 5 by 6 is the average age of the family right now. But he's asking me what? If this is 2015, if this is 2018, 3 years from now, this will be what? 2017 when Akshay was born. What is he asking me? When Akshay is 4 year old. If Akshay is born in the year 2017, when will he be 4 year old? Now imagine that. 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, he will be 20, 21, which means what? 3 years to 18 and then 4 years to 17. Correct? So now the question to me is, what will be the average age of the family in the year 2021? Okay, so you know that now. If you know, there are 2 ways to find this out now. First, you will say, I know the answer for this. This is 31 5 by 6. You are asking me what will be the average age after 3 years, because 18 I know the answer, right? 191 divided by 6 is nothing but 31 5 by 6. We got the answer to this, right? Now if I am telling you 3 years from now, so you will say it's just simple, just add 3 to that. right? As we did 35 becomes 38, so this becomes 31, 32, 33, 34, 5 by 6. That's it. That is the average age of the family when Akshay will be 4-year-old. Okay, and there is one more way to solve this as well, not required but just for your visualization. 191 is the sum of the age. Now what will happen in the next 3 years? Each of the member will add what? 6. Okay, each of the member, each of the 6 member will add 3. Okay, because I am telling you about 3 years. So each of the member, you can say A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus AG. All will add 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Okay, just like the logic which I shared it to you previously. So plus 3 into 6, 18 again. 18 divided by 6, it will be 3. Okay, so that's what. Now the sum of the age will be what? 191 plus 18. Right? That is nothing but now 8 plus 1 9, 9 plus 1 10, 209. If you divide 209 by 6, you will get the same answer. You get the same answer. Okay, 6 3s are 18. Then what is left is 2 9, 6 4s are 24, 34 5 by 9. Check it. You get the same answer. But this I solve by sum of the ages logic. This I solve it by shortcut. Okay, no matter what is asked to you, you should always be comfortable reaching to your answer. So that will be the average age of Akshay's family when Akshay will be 4-year-old. Okay, let's take one more scenario and the last scenario on this problem, which will be everything is same. 5 members, 35 years. When Akshay was born in the family, everything is just like the same. Now the question is when Akshay will be 10 years old. Okay, so we know currently the average age of the family is what? 31 5 by 9. Okay, we just know this. Initially it was when Akshay will be 4-year-old, right? So we added 3 to this. Okay, because Akshay was just born a year ago, so it was 34 5 by 9. Now it is 10 years, which means I'll have to add what? 9 to this. Just 9 to this. So this becomes what now? 31 plus 9 will be what? 40. 5 by 9 will be the average age of the family right now. And if you have to solve by sum method, 191 is the sum of the ages. What are you telling me? 9 years from now. So how many members? 6 members. Each member will add a 9. Okay, because you are saying when Akshay will be 10-year-old. Okay, which means he's 1 year old now and 9 years from now. So it will be what? 191 plus 6 3s are 18. 9 into 6 is 54. So you will add 91 plus 54. This is 4 plus 1 5. 9 plus 5 it will be what? 14. This becomes what? 245. 245 will be divided by what now? That will be divided by again 6, because there are 6 members in the family. Now just solve this. 6 1s are 6 4s are 24. 40 5 by 6. Correct. The same answer that I got it here. Okay, so no matter what is being asked to you in this current scenario, you should always be able to reach to your answer with this. Okay, and that's how you play with the problem. Now this is just a practice problem to the earlier big problem that we have solved with respect to Gawande's family, where we knew the 3 years ago age, then we found out the current age, then we found out what will be the average age when Akshay will be 3-year-old and 10-year-old and so on. Okay, this is quite a similar problem to that. The average age of a family of 5 members is 20 years. So you know sum of the age will be 20 into 500. If the age of the youngest member be 15 years, okay, if the age of the youngest member is 15 years, what will be the average age of this family, or they again say this is a part of Gawande family at the time of the birth of youngest. Okay, so when this guy was born, okay, it means he is 0-year-old because he is just born. At the time of birth of this youngest, what will be the average age of the family? So you will say it's simple. The 5 members average age is 20. So there are 2 ways to solve. You can say 20 into 5, the sum of the age is 100. Or you can say you are asking me what will be the age of the family when the youngest member was born. So you are asking me to go 15 years back. Why? Because you are telling me what will be the average age of the family when he was born, and he is 15 years old. So he will be born 15 years back. So that's quite simple. 20 minus 15, it will be 5. Correct? We saw the logic in the previous example, the big example which we solved. We understood the logic as to if you want to get the average age, previous 3 years, subtract 3. More 3 years plus 3. So I have to go 15 years back. So minus 5. Or you can say there is one more logic to it. This as well. The 5 members, including the youngest member, in the 15 years would have added what? 15 years, per would have added 5. 15 into 5, 75 is what they would have added, right? 5 members and 15 years. Okay, so what will you say that now? 15 into 5, because each of this member is adding 15 years. Each of this member is adding 15 years. So 15 into 5, 75 is what they have added. So if I subtract 75 from 100, the answer comes out to be what? 25. Okay, or 25 is the sum of age of all the 5 members divided by 5, that will be equal to 5. Okay, that's how you reach to that. Now, but what is being asked now? Is the average age 5? That is your question. Now you must be thinking the answer is coming out to be 5, right? It's quite okay. Now the problem is, if you divide this 25 by 5, then the average age will be 5. But be rest assured, it is not 5. It will be what now? 4. And do you know why it will be 4 and not 5? Because you subtracted, correct? All these 5 members added 15, correct? But now once you go back by 15, it is no longer 5, it is 4, because this guy, the youngest member, is just born, so he is 0-year-old. Okay, so what will you do it here? What will you do? At the time of his birth, you had only 4 members. You had only 4 members, okay, and he has not added any of his age, so it will be 25 divided by 4. Okay, 25 divided by 4, and that's why if one of the option will be 5 as well. If you just mark it as 5, you will say I am going 15 years back, right? So 15 years back, 20 minus 15, the average age of all the members has to be 5, correct? It is not 5, it is equal to 25 divided by 4 and not 25 divided by 5. You are doing it dividing it by 5, and that's why we are getting the answer as 5, which is not the case, because the youngest member is just born. Okay, so there are together only 4 members in a family. Okay, so 25 divided by 4 is your answer. So let's check this out. 25 divided by 4, 4 6 are 24, 1 by 4, 6.25 will be your answer to this question. Okay, so be cautious in such kind of question. Everything was same, it was just that you have to visualize that since he is just born, the total number of members will be 4, and the sum of age of all the 4 members, A plus B plus C plus D, say, will be equal to 25. Sum of age of all the 4 members is 25, so what is the age of per member? 6.25. Okay, and that's how you find the average. Solve few more problems on averages with respect to the life of AG. So AG and school is where we are right now. The average age of a group of 12 students is 20 years. Okay, quite simple. So what is the sum of age of all the students? It will be 20 into 12, which is nothing but 240. Now if one more student joins the group, which means now total number of students in a group instead of 12 are 13, then the average age increases by 1 year. So the new average age of 13 student is 21 years. The question is asking me the age of the new student is. The new student who is being added, what is his age, because of which the average increased by 1 year. So you will say it's quite simple. There are 12 students and their average age is 20. So the sum of age of all the students is nothing but 240. Okay, 12 into 2, 24. If one more student is added, total number of students are now 13 and their average age is nothing but 21. Okay, so sum of age of all these 13 students will be 13 into 21. Okay, if I have to solve this, 210 plus 21 into 3, 63. This becomes what? 273. So 273 is a sum of age of all the students now. Okay, 273 is sum of age of all the students now when there are 13 students in a group. So what is the age that is being added here? 240 to 273, you will say 33 is the age that is being added. 33 age is being added because of whom? That extra one student who joined. Because 12 became 13 and 240 became 273, which means 33 was the age of that one student who joined the group. That's it. 33 is your answer to this question. Quite a simple way to solve. But now there is a shortcut as well which can help us to visualize this problem even better. So because if the problem gets complicated, shortcut will be far better to solve. So what do you think right now? Think in this way. There are 12 students and their average age is 20 years, which means I can say age of each of the 12 students is 20. I can say it in this way. We know ideally this is not how it will happen, but we can visualize it in this way, right? That age of each of the 12 is nothing but 20. Now one year is added to each one of them, because the average age becomes 21 because of that new guy. So that new guy gave 1 year to each of that earlier student, right? Each of that earlier student he gave 1 year, such that they became 20 to 21. Okay, how many ones will he give? How many ones will he give? He will give 12 ones. He'll give 12 ones because there are 12 other students apart from him. And then he has to also maintain an average of 21. So he will come up with 21 so as to maintain his average of 21, and he will give 12 extra age to the other 12 so that they move from 20 to 21. So what is the age that he will come up with? 21 plus 12, that is nothing but 33 is the age that new guy will come up with, and that's the same answer that we get it here. But we get it now by visualization. If you're not able to visualize this, see, let's take one more scenario. Instead of 1 year, take a 2 year. Which means the average became 20 to 22, which means he gave 2 to rest of the students. So he gave plus 2 to rest of them. How many 2 will he give? He will give 2 to 12 students. So now it will not be 12, it will be 24. He gave 24 and he has to maintain an average of 22, right? Because now the average age became 22. So what is the age that he will come up with? 24 plus 22, that will be nothing but 46 is the age that he will come up with. Okay, just to visualize this further, instead of 2, make a 3. If the average increases by 3, so what will happen? What will happen now? He will give 3. He will give 3 to each one of those students, such that 12 into 3. Now he'll give, instead of not 12, 24, he'll give 36. 36 he gave now. 12 he gave in the first instant. 24 he gave in the second instant. 36 he gave in the third instant. Now he has to again maintain an average of 23. Okay, at the start 21, then 22, now 23. So what is the age that he will come up with? That will be nothing but 6 plus 3, 9. 3 plus 2, 5, 59 is the age that he will come up with. Okay, so that's how you have to visualize this. If the average is given as something, distribute that average across all the students. Now if the average increases by a certain amount, which means that certain amount is given by that new guy who came into the group. So what did he give to the rest, and what he has with him to maintain the average? He will have to come up with some extra, right? So what is that extra he comes up with along with the average that he has to maintain? Will give me the answer to the age of that new student who is joining in the group. Okay, we'll see a few more shortcuts after this, but please make sure you know how to visualize such scenarios. So let's take one more scenario of the life of AG. Akshay Gawande was born in Lakshmi Nagar Society of Chembur. Patil, Chauhan, Adasul, Gokhale, Morye and Sharma are the only 6 families in Lakshmi Nagar. So Lakshmi Nagar has only 6 families, and these are the names. Each family has 7, 8, 10, 13, 6, 10 members in their family respectively. Okay, what is the meaning of respectively? Which means Patil has 7, Chauhan has 8 members, Adasul has 10, Gokhale has 13, Morye has 6 and Sharma has 10 members. Okay, that's what being given here. Then the average number of members in each family of Indira Nagar is, the question that is being asked to me is average number of members in each family. So that's quite simple, right? Total number of members in Lakshmi Nagar are 7 from Patil, 8 from Chauhan, 10 from Adasul, 13 from Gokhale, 6 from Morye and 10 from Sharma. These are the total number of members where in Lakshmi Nagar, okay, including all the 6 families. So what will you do now? Add all of them. This becomes what? 7, 15, this 15 plus 10, 25, 28, 38 plus 6 will be 44 plus 10, 54. Total number of members in Lakshmi Nagar family are 54. And how many families are there? 6. So divide this by 6. Why? Because I want the average number of members in each family, which means per family. Okay, so some family have more members, some family have less members. What is the average? What is the average number of members per family? That comes out to be 6 ones are 6 nines are 9 is your answer to this question. Okay, so looks quite simple. you just have to add the total number of members in Lakshmi Nagar and divide that by total number of families. So you will get what are the average number of members per family. Okay, and that's how this question becomes simple. So let's move on to next part of this. So the same question, but we have a next part of it. Okay, let's see the part 2 of this question. What is it saying? AG was born in Lakshmi Nagar. We know that. There are 6 families here. We know that. Each family has this members respectively. We know that. If one member from all the 6 family left their respective families for job, then the average number of members now in each family of Indira Nagar is. Okay, so what will you do now? Sorry, this has to be Lakshmi Nagar. Okay, because it's the same, so that's a misprint. It has to be Lakshmi Nagar only. Okay, so now the number of members in each family of Lakshmi Nagar is. So how will you solve this? Initially you got the average as what? 9. How did you do that? Add all of them and divide that by what? 6. So you got the average as 9. Now one member from all the 6 family left, so the average will reduce by 1. 9 minus 1, the new average will be 8, and that's it. That's how you reach to your answer, because you're subtracting 1 from each one of them, right? Okay, if you're still not able to visualize, do this. 7 minus 1, so 6 members are left here. 8 minus 1, 7 are left here. 10 minus 1, 9 are left here. 13 minus 1, 12 are left here. 6 minus 1, 5 are left here. 10 minus 1, 9 are left here. So you got the total as what? 54. Now what will you subtract from 54? If this was total as 54, subtract 1. So you will subtract 6 from this, right? If you subtract 6 from this, what is remaining is 48. If you divide 48 by 6, you will get the answer as 8. Okay, or else you can do it visually. Okay, no need to do in all this way. If you added all of them, the answer was 48. 48 divided by 6 was 8. And you can do it visually. 9 minus 1. Because if one member is leaving the family, each of the family, which means I will take out 1 from each family and I'll take out 1 from my average as well. Okay, because that is the overall effect that it is going to have on the average. If you're reducing 1 member from each family, the average will reduce by 1. Okay, so now the new average will be 8. Similarly, if I would have asked you, if 2 members left from each family, then the average would have been what now? You know the answer, it will have been 7. 3 members left from each family, then the average would have been what? 6, and then so on. Okay, so that's how you can just play with this problems on averages, and in case you don't feel sure that this is how it will happen, just subtract and see it. Okay, this is how it will actually happen, because what is happening with per family will have an overall effect on average as well. Okay, so that's how you deal with such problem on averages. So let's take one more problem which is quite similar to the earlier scenario that we studied. Okay, AG in the school, the average age of group of 12 students is 20 years. So we know 12 into 20, 240 will be the sum of the age. Now instead of 1, I add 2 more students. 2 more students join the group. Then the average age increases by 1 year. Okay, so initially it was 20, now it became 21, but now 2 more students join the group. Now the question that is being asked to me is average age of the new student is. Now there is not 1, there are 2 students. So whatever is this, the difference that we get, we'll divide it by 2, because we are being asked what is the average age of the new student. Okay, and that's how we'll reach to the answer. So what is the ordinary way of going with it? 12 into 20, you will say it will be what? 240. Now instead of 12, you have a 14 student and it increases by what? 1 year. So you will say 14 into 21, right? Because that will be the sum of age of all the students right now. So 21 into 14, let's just multiply this. 21 into 14, 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, into 1 ones are 1, 1 twos are 2, 4, 9, 294. So now what has happened? Because of this 2 student, the age has increased from 240 to 294, which is nothing but 54. Okay, 54 is the age increase because of 2. I'm being asked average age. Average means per student. Because of 1 student, what is the age that is being increased? So divided by 2. Because of 2 student, the age increased by 54. So because of 1, the age increased by what? 27. And that will be your answer to this question. Okay, quite a simple, but this was the only change that you're supposed to do it in this case. Now how will you solve it by shortcut that we have studied till now? So you will say that 20 was the initial average age of all the students, which are 12 students. So now you add 2. Okay, now no, you add 1. Okay, because 2 students add 1. 2 students add 1. So now what will happen? The new average becomes 21. Okay, so this 2 students have given how many? They had given 12. This 2 students have given 12, just like the previous scenario. But now what they have done, they have to maintain, both of them have to maintain an average of what? 21. So one will come with a 21, another will also come with a 21. Correct? So instead of adding 121, you will add 221, because both of them will have to do that. So now what is the total age that both of them will be coming up with? 54. Okay, total age that both of them will be coming up with is 54, which is quite similar to the previous answer. So total age is 54. What is per adding? Per adding is 54 divided by 2, which is nothing but 27. So each one of them is adding an age of 27, and that's how you approach such kind of problem. Okay, now let's see one more scenario with respect to the same problem. The average age of 12 students is 20 years. Instead of 2, 4 more students join the group, and the average age increases by 1 year. What is the average age of 4 students? Average age of 4 students. So total age that is being added because of 4 students divided by 4. So instead of dividing it by 2, we'll divide it by 4, because he's asking average, which means he's asking per student. Because of per one student, what is the age that is being added? So what is now the normal rate? 12 into 20. Get the answer for that, which is 240. Then do 12 plus 4. It will be what? 16 into 21. Okay, get the answer for that. Subtract that, divide that by 4, get to the answer. Okay, that's what it will be. So let's do this first. The big method. 6 1 is 6, 6 into 2 will be 12, put 10 into here, 1 1s are 1, 1 2s are 2. Okay, this is 6, 3, and this will again be 3, 336. Okay, so what is the age that is being added because of this 4 students? 60 is 96, right? This minus this will be 96. So 4 student added what? 4 student added 96. So per student added 96 divided by 4, which is nothing but 24. So per student added 24, and that's what the answer to this. The average age of the 4 student is. So 4 student added 96, 1 student added 24. How will I solve this by shortcut? I'll say what? 20 students are there, okay? Sorry, 12 students are there. Each of the student has 20 as the average age. Now the average increases by 1 year, which means 1 is given to each one of them by 4 students, which means they give 12 extra age to the rest of the 12 students, and each one of them added what? 21. Each one of them added 21 to maintain an average of 21. So what is being added? 21 into 4, 84, 84 plus 12, 96. 96 is the total age added by 4 of them. So per added what? 96 divided by 4, which is nothing but 24. And that's how easy it is to reach to the solution of this. If they would have given 5 more students, take one more 21 here, okay, and then divide it by 5. Okay, that's how simple it will be to reach to the solution to such. Now let's solve few more problems which is based on the scenario which we learned earlier. AGN school. The average age of a group of 12 students is 20 years, so the sum will be 240. We had solved this. One student leaves the group. Okay, and that's where this problem is different. Earlier we saw all the problems where students were coming into the group. So 1 student joined, 2 students joined, 4 students joined, and then we are asked with the average age of the students who joined the group. Right now they will be leaving the group. Okay, and again we'll be asked the same question. Okay, so 1 student leaves the group, and then the average age decreases by 1 year. So earlier it was increasing, now it is decreasing. So student is leaving and the average is decreasing. Now earlier the student was added and the average was increasing. Okay, and that's how it is different from the earlier problem. The age of the student who left the group. Earlier the student joined, that age was asked. Now the student who leaves the group, his age is being asked. So you will say it's quite simple. 12 students, so 20, it was what? 240. That is how we started. Now 1 student leaves, so number of students will be 11. Average age decreases by 1 year, so the total age of all the 11 students will be 19. Sum of age of all the student when one student left the group is 11 into 19, which is nothing but just multiply 1 year, 9 year, 9 plus 1 is 10, 209. Okay? 209 will be the sum of age of all the student now. So what is happening here? -1. So one student left, because of which it decreased by 240 became 209. It decreased by 31, which means 31 was the age of that one student who left the group. Okay, quite simple. If I have to solve this by the shortcut that we have discovered in the earlier problems, you will say what? 20 is the average age of all the 12 student here. Now you take out one, and so what will happen? See, this student who left right now, he has given this 1 to all of them. He has actually given, because he had that extra age, because of which he gave that 1 to all of them. That extra age was given by him. Okay, now he takes that all the one, so he has given 1 to all of them, which means how many ones had he given? He had given 12 ones. Okay, or you can say what? He has given what? Say 12 ones, and he will be adding what? Just let me figure this out. 19 is what he'll be adding, correct? And he has given 12 ones to all of them. Okay, and he himself will be maintaining the average of 19, and he has given this 12 extra to them, which he'll be taking it now. Okay, so his age will be 31, because he had kept 10 average of 19, and he has taken that extra 12 that he has given to rest of them, so he will be having an age of 31. Okay, and that's how simple it is to approach such kind of problem. Now if I give you one more scenario to this, which is, say this is the scenario, if instead of 1 I say 2 students are leaving, everything remains same, 12 student 20, so you will say what? 2 students are leaving, average decreases by 1 year, so 12 into 20 you will write it here, which is nothing but 240. Now 2 students are leaving, so you will write this as 10 into what? 19, so this becomes what? 190. So because of the 2 students leaving, it reduces by what? 50, right? 2 students, average age of students who left the group, so 2 students left, and the average decreases by 50. So because of 1 student, the average decreased by what? 50 by 2, which is nothing but 25, right? Quite correctly you can derive to this answer, as we did earlier. 4 students were added, because of this the age added was so much, so per student added so much of age, right? Similarly you will solve it for your as well. 2 students left, so it was 50, so per student it was 20. How do I solve this? By the shortcut. So you will say what? This 2 student had given 1 year to all of them, which was nothing but 12 students, so they took their 12 from them, right? And they have to maintain again an average of what? 19. See, if they were also at 20, you will say that, sir, it is quite difficult to visualize this, because if they are 2, the rest who are left at 10, right? So they must have given that extra to 10 of them, so I should subtract 10. No, you have to subtract their 2 as well, because they will also be having the average age of 20, right? So they are taking it from that as well. Or else you can say that, okay, I'll add 10 here, but then make a 20 and a 20 here. Okay, it will be then again one and the same thing. Okay, so if you are visualizing it in this way, that they must have given extra 10 to all of them, and then they are having their 20. So what is it like? They are taking out 20 plus 20, 40 plus 10, 50. You can visualize this quite in a correct way, right? Or else you can say that if I consider their 20, they are maintaining an average of 19, and I'm taking out their 1 as well, their 1 and the rest of the 1 that they had given to the earlier 10. So again it comes out to be what? 50. So 50 is the age that is being reduced because of the 2. So because of per, it will be what? 25. Okay, so the visualization of this becomes quite easier. Instead of 2, now if I change the student to 4, how will this thing change? So you will say 12 into 20, this will be nothing but 240. Now the number of students, 4 students leave. So instead of this, I'll write an 8 here. Average decreases by 1 year, so we will write a 19. If they say average decreases by 2 years, you will write an 18 here. Okay, I hope you get the logic behind this. So 19 into 8 will be my answer. 80 plus 80 plus 9 8 is 72. Okay, this will be what now? 80 plus 72. What will this be now? This is 215, 152. So now you have 152, which is the sum of age of all the 8 students which are there right now, because 4 students left the group. So what was the sum of age of all the students, 4 students who left the group? This is nothing but subtract this, so 48 plus 40, which is nothing but 88, right? So they took out 88. 88 is being taken out by 4 students, so per student took out how much of weight? 88 divided by 4, which is nothing but 22. That is the average age of the student who left the group. Sum of the age is 88, but average will be nothing but 22, and that's how simple it goes. How do I solve it? By my shortcut, 2 ways. As I told it to you earlier, you will say 8 is what they will take out from the extra 8 that they had given to the remaining 8 students, and 20 for each one of them, right? That is what they will be taking out. So what they will be taking out is 88, because the average was 20 and each one of them left, so 20 20 20 20, and the rest they are decreasing the average by 1, okay, which means they are taking the ones which they had given it to the rest 8 of them with them. Okay, so now they will be taking what? Total of 88. Okay, the extra. Or else you can visualize it in this way as well, to maintain an average of 19. Okay, and there is also added in 12. So what will I say? They take out extra 12, including theirs, and then they maintain the average of 19, so that again this will come out to be 88. Okay, visualize any which ways you want to get an 88 over here. Okay, 88 divided by 4, again the answer will come out to be 22. So the average age of the student who left the group is 22. Okay, let them play with 2, 3 or 4 students, or let them play with the number of years. Okay, the average decreases by 1 year, 2 year or 3 year. You know all the methods to solve such kind of problem. You know how to solve it by calculation, and you know how to solve it orally or visually just by writing few numbers. Let's see a problem which is an application of everything that we have learned till now. Let's apply what we have learned. So when a student weighing 45 kg leaves the class, the average weight of the remaining 59 students increases by 200 grams. So earlier there were 60 students, 1 student left, and the average weight increases. We have seen an earlier problem when a student leaves and the weight or the age decreases, right? In this case it is increasing. So how do you handle such kind of problem? And the question that is being asked here is also different. What is the average weight of the remaining 59 students? So earlier we were asked the average weight or the age of the student who is leaving or is being added, right? But now we are supposed to find out the average weight of the remaining 59 students. So how do you start with this? First the normal method, then we'll see for the shortcut. So let A be the average of the remaining 59 students. If I get the value of A, I get to my answer. Now when there were 60 students, okay, what was the scenario? Let's imagine the scenario when there were 60 students here. What was the average actually if I have to compare this with A? So the remaining 59 students, the average is A. Okay, average is A. What is the sum of weight of 59 students then? I'm saying the average is A, which means the weight of per student is A. What is the sum of weight of 59 students? 59 into A, right? So let's write this 59 into A. That is a sum of weight of all the 59 students. Add 45 to that. Add 45 to that. This was the total weight of student where all the 60 students were intact, which means the student didn't live. Okay, and we have the sum of weight of all the 60 students to be equal to this. Okay, when the student did leave and the scenario was intact. Okay, then what is the average? Divide this by 60, because this is the sum of weight of all the 60 students, right? Okay, if I divide this by 60, this is the average which was earlier there before the student left the class. Okay, now how can I write this? This will be equal to whatever was the average. Now subtract 0.2 from that. You will see what is 0.2. Where did this come from? The average increased by what? The average increased by what? 200 grams. So what am I saying right now? See, if you take out, see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and this 5 people have an average of 30. whatever it is, weight, age. If I take out, subtract 1 from all of them, what will happen? What will eventually happen? The average will also be subtracted by 1. So new average will be what? 29. If I add 1 to all of them, what will happen? What will happen? The average will also get added with 1 and the new average will be 31, right? So what is happening now? The average weight gets increased by 200 grams. So this is the average which got increased by 200 gram. If I have to compare, 200 grams is what part of kg? 200 divided by 1000, right? Which is nothing but 0.2 kg, which means now the new average, if I take out 0.2 from that, if I take out 0. Because 0.2 is added to this and you get this, I will be getting the earlier average when there were 60 students. I'll be getting the earlier. So this has to be equal to this, correct? Because this is one and the same thing. Because this is the average when we had 60 students intact, which means the student didn't leave. Okay, so this should be equal to this, yes, because we are saying one and the same thing. And what is the logic? This is the logic. Okay, if you take out 0.2 or if you add, because it is being increased and you get this, okay, it is being increased. So whatever was the average, you added 0.2 to that. Now take out 0.2 from that. So that will be nothing but my original average when I had 60 students. Okay, now just solve this. This is just a pure equation. Now the problem becomes easier. 59a plus 45 is equals to 60a minus what? This will be equal to 12. Okay, now 60a minus 59a, a is equals to 45 plus 12, 57. That's it. This is your answer. What is the average weight of the remaining 59 students? That is nothing but 57. And that's how you reach to your answer. Now you'll ask me what is the shortcut for this. Okay, this looks like quite an easy method, but how do I find the shortcut for this? Okay, let's go and decode. Can I solve this by shortcut first of all? Yes, we can, because all the problem with averages is just that you have to think in the right way. So what is being told now? See, a student weighing 45 kg leaves the class and the average weight of the remaining 59 students get increased by 200 gram, which means what? This student had a weight, okay, and it was brought to an optimum level by giving, other student gave the weight to him. Okay, because when he left, he gives that weight back to them, because that's why it was increased by 200 gram. Okay, so earlier, to maintain the average, he had a lesser weight than the average. So he had a lesser weight than the average. So other student gave him to make him reach to that average, right? Because in an average, some are more, some are less. Now what happened? He left. So whatever was given to him by the other student, he gives them back. And what is he giving? He is giving 200 gram back to each one of the student, including his own 200 gram. Okay, so 200 gram into 60 student is nothing but 1200. 1200 is nothing but 12 kg. So he had 12 kg lesser than the actual average which was given. This 12 kg was given to him by the other student, so that he comes close to that average. So what was his weight? 45. Okay, and what was given to him by the other student? 12. Okay, so which means 57. 57 was the earlier average as well. 57 was the earlier average. Okay, and even now it will remain to be 57 because he took everything that he wanted to, and again the equilibrium was set. So earlier it was 57, now also it will be 57, because the student got the equilibrium as the weight that they had given to him reached back to them. Okay, so earlier it was 57, now also it will be 57, and that's how you can solve the same problem by our shortcut. Let's solve few more sums on AG and his school. Okay, so 10 years ago, the average age of 10 teachers in AG school was 45 years. Okay, so what will be the average age right now? 55, because as we know the logic of this, 10 years ago if the average was 45, now it will be 55. 4 years ago, the principal has retired from her post at the age of 60 years. So that is now the condition that is given. 4 years ago, 60 years was taken out from the total sum of age of all the teachers. The present average age of all the teachers is if principal is also considered as a teacher. Okay, so that's the scenario that is given. So let us just put it in some numbers for our better understanding. Now this is just for your example sake. I can solve it directly as well, but just for your understanding. So say today is 2010, okay, this the year we are talking about, and 10 years back it will be what, 2000. So sum of average is given to me as 45. So I'll say sum of age of all the teachers 10 years back was nothing but 45 into 10, which is 450, since the average is given to me as 45. 4 years ago, so let's say 4 years ago will be what, 2006. The principal retired from her post at the age of 60 years. So I'll ask you, what is the sum of age of all the teachers in the year 2006? So you will say, okay, it was 45 in the year 2000. Since we went from 2000 to 2006 plus 6, which means 6 years was added to each teacher's age. So even the average will increase by 6 years and the new average will be 51. And since there are 10 teachers, 51 into 10, it will be 510. But we know that teacher of age 60 years left. So it is no longer 510. Okay, it will become minus 60. And that will turn out to be 450 because the teacher of age 60 years left. Okay, so now there is only 450 is the sum of age of all the teachers right now, and we will be moving ahead only with 450. Okay, because 60 is taken out from this. Now what is remaining? So now how many teachers are there? 9. And how many years are there? 6 plus 2, 10, 4 years. So in this 4 years, this 9 teachers will add 4 as an age, right? Because they will be older by 4 years. So each of the 9 teachers will add 4. So total age that will be added will be 9 into 4, which is nothing but 36. 36 will be added to what? 36 will be added to your 450. Okay, and we reach out to the answer, which is nothing but 486. So 486 is what? Is the sum of age of all the teachers. But how many teachers now? 9. Okay, so what is the average? 486 divided by 9. Okay, let's get the answer to this now. 9 5s are 45, 3 6 9 4s are 36. That's it. 54 is the average age of all the teachers now. Okay, so that's the condition. And how do you play with this? Now let me just put one more scenario to the same condition and analyze as to how will we go ahead to solve this. So 10 years ago, average age of 10 teachers in AG school was 45 years. 4 years ago, principal has retired from her post at the age of 60. All looks quite similar to the previous problem. But after 1 year, so when the old principal retired, after 1 year, a new principal whose age was 54 years recruited from outside. So one more teacher joined in, which means his age will now be added. So after subtracting, we'll have to look for addition as well. The present average age of all the teacher is, if the principal is also considered as a teacher. Okay, so let's see how do we implicate this additional scenario into the problem. So let's start. 2000 is how we started this with. 2010 and 2006 is when the principal retired, but now we know in 2007 new principal will be recruited. So these are the conditions that are with us. Okay, so let's start. It was 45 into 10. Earlier it was what, 450. And we know what happened in the year 2006. 45 became 51. So 51 into what? Into 10. It was 510 for us. But then what happened? 60 was left. So we were left with what? 450, correct? And this is where we know it till the last problem. Okay, now what happened in the year 2007? Okay, and that is what we'll have to think about it. In 2007, first of all these teachers will add what? 1 kg. Right? All these teachers will add 1 kg, and so total how much will be added? 9 kgs, because there are 9 teachers who are remaining. So 9 kg is added in 2007. Just see what is happening in 2007. Plus what is happening? 54 is being added in the year 2007 because a new teacher with the age of 54 joined in. Okay, so what is the total that is being added in the year 2007? 54 plus 9, that is nothing but 63. Okay, so what is the sum of age of all the teachers in the year 2007? That will be equal to 450 plus 63, 3 year, 5 by 10, this will be 11, this will be 513. So 513 is the sum of age of all the teachers in the year 2007. Okay, now the problem looks quite simpler. Now we are going how many years? 7. After 7 we are going for 3 more years, right? 8, 9 and then 10. These are the years that are being left now. Now what will happen in this remaining 3 years? how many teachers are here? Now 10 teachers are here. All the teachers will add how much of age? 3, right? Because they will be 3 years older, so plus 3 to the age of all the teacher, such that they will add 10 into 3, which is nothing but 30 to this, correct? They will add 30 to this. So what is the addition coming out right now? So this will be 6, this will be 4, this will be 3. 643 is the sum of age of all the 10 teachers in the year 2010. So how many teachers are there? 10. Okay, divide this by 10, answer comes out to be 64.3, and that is your final answer. So sum of age of all the teachers is 643. So the average age of the teachers in the year 2010 comes out to be 64.3. Okay, and I hope this clears your logic. In case you're still confused, just imagine in the year 2006 the sum was 450 because the sum was actually 510 but 60 left. So sum of age of all the teachers was 450. Then we are looking at an individual year 2000. What happened? In the year 2000, 9 teachers were left. So in this 1 year, this 9 teachers will add 1 kg, total 9 kg is added. Plus you have a 54 kg teacher. Okay, so total that was added was 63. 63 added to the previous one, it becomes what? 513. That is the sum of age of all the teachers in the year 2007. Then I again see what will be the total age added in the next 3 years. So each of the teacher will add 3 years because we are moving on by 3 years. Okay, there are 10 teachers, so they will add 30 which is being added to 5 and 3, 643. Okay, 643 is the sum of age of all the teachers, which are 10 teachers. Okay, so average comes out to be 64.3. So just break the problem and move forward. What you're supposed to subtract, what supposed to add, and then see eventually how you can reach to your answer. A problem related to AG and cricket. Okay, now what is given? AG was watching cricket, and that is when he comes across few of the interesting stats. Okay, what was the stats? He goes with the age of the player. The average age of Iyer and Pant is 35 years. Okay, which means sum of the age of Iyer and Pant is 70 years. Who is younger? Who is older? We don't know, but the sum is 70. If Samson replaces Iyer, if Samson replaces Iyer, then the average age becomes 32. Okay, if Samson replaces Pant, then the average age becomes 38 years. If the average age of Kuldeep and Chahal be half of the average age of all three, Iyer, Pant and Samson, then the average age of 5 people is. Okay, that is the question that is being asked to us. So let's start with whatever we know and let's see where can we reach with that. So the average age of Iyer and Pant is 35 years. So sum of the age of Iyer and Pant will be equal to what? 70. Okay, we know that Iyer and Pant. So let's write a P here, correct? Iyer and Pant will be equal to 70 here. If Samson replaces Iyer, so now Iyer is replaced by whom? Samson. So instead of Iyer, I'll write a Samson. Then the average age, it means there is a Pant only here, and the average age becomes 32, which means sum of their age will be nothing but 64 with Samson and Pant here. Next, if Samson replaces Pant, now in this, if Samson replaces Pant, so instead of Pant, I'll write the Samson and Iyer remain at its position. So sum of ages, what is he saying? Then the average age becomes 38. 38 into 2, because 38 is the average of 2. 38 into 2 is nothing but 76 will be the sum of age of Iyer and Samson. Okay, and that's how you get the scenario. So let's, even before I go to next part, let's see if I add all of it, because I can see a 2s here, 2p here and 2i here. Okay, if I add this entire thing, what will I get? 2 into s plus I plus p is equals to what then? 76, 80 plus this 80 plus 60, which is 140 plus 70, which will be nothing but 210. Correct, that's what I get it. So s plus I plus p is equals to 105. What is the meaning of this? Sum of age of Samson, Iyer and Pant is 105. If I ask you what is their average, there are 3 people whose sum is 105 divided by 3. So what are you getting out of it? 3 1s are 3 3s are 9, 3 5s are 15. Correct. The average of this 3 age is nothing but 35. Now, who is older, who is younger, I don't know currently. I can get it from here. Yes, if I compare, I'll get it from here, but that is not what our question is. Okay, what is being asked now? If the average age of Kuldeep and Chahal, so let's keep here Kuldeep and Chahal, their average age is half of the average age of Iyer, Pant and Samson. So Iyer, Pant and Samson has an average age of 35. Half of their average is nothing but 17.2. Okay, and that is their average age. So if I ask you what is the sum of age of average, which means this is divided by 2, right? Kuldeep age, Chahal age divided by 2, that is equal to 17. Let's do half is 17.5, correct? I did a half wrong. Okay, 35 divided by 2 will be 17.5. Okay, which will give me K plus C is equals to what? 17.5 into 2 will be nothing but 35. This is the sum of age of Kuldeep and Chahal. This is the sum of age. If I take this much part only, sum of age of Samson, Iyer and Pant. So if I would add all the 5, what will it be? S plus I plus P plus K plus C. All the 5 players divided by 5. That will be their average age. Average age of all the 5 people is. So what will I do? 35 is K plus C and 105 is S plus I plus P. Okay, so it will be 105 plus 35, which is nothing but 140. Okay, 140 is divided by what? 5. That's how I reach to this. So this is 5 ones are 5, 2s are 10, and 4 0 5 8s are 40. So 28 turns out to be my answer. Okay, 5 2s are 10, 4 0 5 8s are 40. 28 is the average age of 5 people that are being mentioned here. Okay, and that's how I reach to my answer. So start with whatever is given to you, and eventually you will find the answer to the question. Now we see problem related to average speed. Okay, so Gawande families goes for a picnic at what kingdom? And what is given to us? They first travel half of the total distance at the speed of 10 km per hour. What is the total distance? I don't know. But half of that distance is being traveled at the speed of 10 km per hour. The next half, which means they are covering the total distance. Okay, first the half, then the second half at the speed of 25 km per hour. The average speed of the Gawande's family in the journey is. Okay, so whenever they ask you about the average speed, okay, so what do you know? Time is equals to distance upon speed, speed is equals to distance upon time, right? We know that. Average speed, you can imagine it in this way. Average speed is nothing but first total distance travel, okay, upon what? Total time taken. That is what you have to work it out. Total distance upon total time. Okay, don't look out for any other formula. That will be lot more confusing if I put in 3 constraints here, which will be the next problem. So what is a total distance traveled in the entire journey, and what is a total time taken? Okay, that is what you have to always think when you're talking about the average speed. So let's start with this. Half of the total distance. What is the total distance? I don't know. Assume it to be anything. Okay, assume it to be a number which is ideally you can see an LCM of this two. Okay, because then it will be easier to calculate. I don't want my calculation to be complicated. So think of a number which can be a multiple of this. So what can I say? LCM 25 2s are 50, 25 3s are 75, 25 4s are, I'll say 100. Okay, let the total distance be 100. Okay, you can take anything. This is just to make the problem simple. Take it as 50 as well. I don't have any problem. Okay, you will get it with 50 as well. You want to try it with 50 because then it will be complicated. So let it be 100. Always go for LCM of this. Why you want to experiment? So keep it, LCM of this will be 100. If the total distance is 100, half of the distance will be what? 50. The other half of the distance will be what? 50. So they travel half of the distance at 10 km per hour. Now imagine 50 km I have to travel, and traveling at the speed of 10 km per hour. How much of time it will take? 10 km in 1 hour. So 50, it will take 5 hours. Okay, I know that now. Similarly, this is done. Time taken is 5 hours to travel the first half. Now let's go on to the next half at the speed of 25. So 50 I have to travel, and I am traveling at the speed of 25 km per hour. So how much of time it will take? 2 hours. Okay, that's it. I got it. This is what I was looking for. Total distance is nothing but 100. Right? 50 plus 50. Time taken is 5 plus 2, 7. Okay, that's it. 100 divided by 7. Just calculate, get to the answer. So 7 1s are 7. 3 0, 7 4s are 28. then 2 by 7, 2 by 7 is nothing but 1 by 7 is 14, 28. 14.28 will be your answer to this question. Okay, that's how simple it goes to find out the answer. Now you will tell me, if I take some other number, will the answer be same? Yes, instead of 100 take a 200. It doesn't matter. Okay, if it's a 200, you will divide 200 by 14. Okay, if it's 200, you will get this 200 divided by 14. Again, it will be nothing but 100 by 7. No matter what you take here, the answer will always be same. Ideally, don't experiment please, and just take the LCM of this two. That will be the best way to solve this. Okay, so don't go by thinking that okay, they are asking for an average speed, so it has to be what I had learned, 10 plus 25, so divided by 2, this is 35 divided by 2, 17.5. okay, that will be one of the option. Don't think in that way. Average speed is always total distance upon total time. Okay, what is the total distance traveled in the entire journey? I can split up the journey into any number of parts divided by the total time taken for the entire journey. That will always be your average speed. Okay, let's take one more problem which is quite similar to this but a little complicated. Now I split up my journey not into 2 parts but into 3 parts. So Gawande family goes for a picnic, Water Kingdom, their favorite destination. They travel 1/3 at 10 km per hour, remaining 1/3 20 km per hour, and the remaining 1/3 at 60 km per hour. What is the average speed? So instead of one part, now I split up the journey into 3 parts. 1/3, then again 1/3, then again 1/3. Okay, what is the entire distance that I'll take? LCM of this 3, which is what? 60. Okay, and what is the easiest way to take the LCM? We have learned this in number chapters. Start from the largest possible number, take its multiple. Okay, 60 ones are 60. Check it in 20 and 10 multiples. 23 are 60, correct. 10 6 are 60, correct. That is my answer. So always start with the largest number, check for its multiple, and then see if it is also a multiple of 20 as well as 10. If that is the case, then it is always your LCM, least common multiple. So I'm saying that the total distance is 60. So what will happen? This distance will become 20, 1/3 of this will be 20, this will also be 20, 20, 20, 20. Now what is being given? First 10 km per hour. So if I'm going at 10 km per hour, a distance of 20, how many hours will be required? 2 hours. Okay, quite a logical thing. Similarly, if I'm going at the speed of 20 km per hour to travel 20, okay, how much of time will be required? 1 hour. Okay, I go 20 km in 1 hour. I'm supposed to travel 20, so 1 hour will be required. Now what? I'm going at a speed of 60 km per hour. And I need to travel 20. So what will be required? 20 by 60, which is nothing but 1/3 of the hour. Okay, if you have to convert it into minutes, which is not required, but if you want to just know, this will be divided by 60, which is nothing but 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, I can cover the distance of 20 kilometers. Okay, that's quite simple as that. So whatever is required here, 1/3 of an hour. Let's keep everything in hour. Calculation will be simpler. So 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 1 by 3. 3 plus 1 by 3 hour. Correct? Or you can say 3 hour 20 minutes as well. It will be the same thing. But if I want to keep it everything in hour, 3 3s are 9, 9 plus 1, 10 by 3 hours. I keep it as 10 by 3 hours. Okay, then what will I do? So now I know it's 10 by 3 hours. So what is the total distance traveled? Total distance traveled is 60. Okay, and what is the total time taken to travel a journey of 60? It is nothing but 10 by 3. 10 by 3. Okay, so this 3 goes up and this becomes what? 180 by 10. Correct? This gets cancelled. Answer comes out to be 18. That's it. That is your average speed. 18 km per hour is the average speed of Gawande's family in the entire journey. Okay, and that's how you reach to that. Now what can complication happen with that? I can divide it into 4 parts. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Okay, all that you have to see is check out the 4 numbers, take their LCM, divide the entire journey into 4 different parts, take the total time, find the total distance which would have already taken by the means of LCM. Total distance upon total time will always be your average speed. Now let's solve problem on average speed and relate it to the life of AG. So AG started his journey from home to school by bus. Okay, so he's going from home to school. He got down at Bandra bus stand and pick up his friend Chutki. Okay, He traveled from home to Bandra bus stand at the speed of 40 km per hour. So first constraint, the distance from home to school must be divided. First he goes from home to Bandra bus stand at the speed of 40. Then Chutki and AG traveled from Bandra bus stand to the school on their foot at the speed of 10 km per hour, and that's how it is divided. So he goes from home to school, but the distance is divided into two parts. First from home to Bandra bus stand, which the speed is 40 km per hour, and then from Bandra bus stand to the school at the speed of 10 km per hour. Okay, so in what part it is divided? Distance from home to Bandra bus stand is equal to the distance from bus stand to the school, which means half. So he travels half of the journey at the speed of 40 km per hour and the remaining half at the speed of 10 km per hour. Okay, this is just like the first sum which we solved, right? This total distance is divided into two equal half at 40 and the half at 10. In the evening, then what else is given? In the evening, he returned from school to the home via Bandra bus stand in an auto rickshaw. So now there is a return journey that is also happening. His speed in the return journey from school to home was 24 km per hour. Correct. So all that you have to see is now total distance traveled by him. So home to school, then from school to home. So double that. Whatever is the distance from home to school, double that, and that distance is the total distance that is being traveled. Okay, divide that by the total time taken to go from home to school and then to come back from school to home. Okay, and that's how you will reach to your answer. So let's start with this. How many numbers do I have now? I have a 40, I have a 10, and I have a 24. Okay, take the LCM of this. 40 ones are 40, not in the table of 24. 42s are 80, not in the table of 24. 43s are 120. Correct. So 120, which is there in the 24 5s is 120, and 10, obviously the table or the multiple of 10, I have 120 as a number. So what will I say? Let the total distance be equal to what? 120. Okay, I'll divide it into two equal parts. This is the Bandra bus stand. Okay, Bandra bus stand. This will be the home and this will be the school. Again, this will be divided into two equal halves, which means 60 and then 60. First 60 he will be traveling at the speed of 40 km per hour. Now I'll get to the answer, of course, but I'll get some fraction, right? So let's not make it 120, let's make it 240. Doesn't matter. Okay, all that I need to reach is the answer. So if it is 240, half becomes 120, this half becomes 120. You will get the answer with 120 as well. Okay, you get the answer with 60 as well. It is just that I want to make it further simple. So if 120 is the distance and if the speed is 40 km per hour, 40 km per hour, how much will be the time taken? 3 hours, correct? 3 hours will be the time taken to go from home to Bandra. Then from Bandra to school, what is the speed? 10 km per hour. So let's write it here, 10 km per hour. So what is the time taken here? It will be 12 hours, right? To travel 120 at 10 km per hour, 12 hours. 12 plus 3, 15 hours just to go from home to the school. Now coming back. So this is the 15 hours going from home to the school. Okay, now coming back from school to the home. So what is the speed? 24 km per hour. What is the total distance? 240. So to travel a distance of 240 at the speed of 24 km per hour, how many hours it will take? 10 hours. 10 hours is what it will take for the return journey, because the speed is 24 km in 1 hour. So 10 hours he will be able to travel 240, which is the return distance. Okay, so 10 hours while coming. So what is the total time taken? 10 plus 15, which is nothing but 25 hours is the total time taken. Okay, and can you tell me the total distance traveled? 240? No, it's 240 while going and 240 while coming. Okay, so 240 plus 240, it will be 480. That is the total distance traveled in the entire journey, and the total time taken is to go 15 hours and to come 10 hours. Okay, 15 plus 10 is equals to 25. That's it. Now just solve it. 25 ones are correct, because 2 is 50. So what is remaining is 28, 38, 48, 23, 230. Okay, 230 is remaining. Now how can I get this? 25 what? 4s are 100, 8s are 200, and 25 9s are it will be what? 225, right? 25 9s are it will be 225. What will be left with? 19 is here, and 5 will be left. 5 by 25. 5 by 25 is what? 1 by 5. 1 by 5 is what? 2. That's it. 19.2. That will be your answer to this. Okay, let's just take it. 25 ones are correct. 23 was left, 230, 25, 9s are, it will be 225, correct? So 19.2, correct? That should be our answer. That's it. So his speed in the entire journey is 19.2 kilometer per hour, and that is his average speed. What did we do? We just applied a simple formula: total distance upon total time. Okay, even if he's coming back, say from home to school, then you will add one more 240 and you will add one more 15 hours to that. So it doesn't matter how much he plays with that, home to school, school to home, then again from school to Bandra, then again from Bandra to home. It doesn't matter. Let him play in any which ways. You have to see the total distance is divided into how many parts first of all. Okay, then what is the total distance traveled upon total time taken? That will always give you your answer for average speed. Now we come on and solve the problems related to weight. Okay, problem related to weight is quite similar to the problem that we have seen related to age. Just replace the age by weight or weight by age. Every concept remains the same. Okay, now let's see, you will realize this as we solve this problem. Average weight of a class of 24 student is 36 kg. Okay, sum of the weight of the class will be 24 into 36. Okay, we had seen this. When the weight of the teacher is also included, the average increases by 1 kg. What is the weight of the teacher? Okay, now I hope you are able to visualize this. So 24 students were there. The average weight was 36 kg. So sum of the weight of all of them will be what? 24 into 36. So first just multiply this and reach to its answer. So if you multiply, the answer comes out to be 864. So that is your first. Then the weight of the teacher is also included. So now teacher is added. So the class becomes 25. Okay, and it increases by 1 kg, which means 36 becomes what? 37. Okay, so this is plus 1, correct? Because a teacher is added, and 36 because of that 37. So what is now sum of weight of the entire class including the teacher? That will be equal to 25 into 37, and if you solve this, you get the answer as 925. Now all that you have to do is subtract 925 from 864. That will give you the answer which is the weight of the teacher, and it comes out to be 61. Just add 61 to this and you will see that it comes out to be 925. So which means that the weight of the teacher is 61. But this is not how we have learned to solve this. We solve this by a shortcut, which is our understanding. If you can remember the age problems, if not, just go ahead and revise that, because that's how we solve this. We solve this by shortcut. And what's the shortcut? See, teacher came, and because of this the average increased from 36 to 37. So what will I say? Okay, there are 24 students. Let the weight of each one of them be 36. We know this is not the case, but we can assume it. 24 students, each has a weight of 36. Teacher came and gave plus 1 to everyone, because 36 became 37. So teacher gave 1 to everyone, right? How many ones did teacher give? 1. How many ones 1 kg weight did teacher give to 24 students, right? Such that 36 became 37 for 20. So 24 kg extra that the teacher gave to the rest of the student to make their average go from 36 to 37. So 24 extra weight that teacher came up with, and teacher has to maintain the new average of 37, right? This is the new average of 37. So that's it. 37 plus 24 will be the weight of the teacher, and that comes out to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 3, 4, 5, 6, 61. I get the same answer. Okay, that's how ideally you are supposed to solve this. We have seen various scenarios to this. Okay, teacher comes, adds 2 kgs, and teacher comes, then the age or the weight decreases by 1 or 2, whatever it is, always the logic remains the same. So weight and age are the kind of problem which will give you similar logic. Okay, let's see a few more just for our understanding. Now you can solve all this by yourself, but I'll give you a practice. The average weight of a class of 24 students is 36 kg. Same, when the weight of teacher is also included, the average weight increases by 2 kg. So first you will solve, do 24 into 36, you will get some answer. Teacher is included, so this becomes 25 into what? 38. Okay, let's just see to this. If I do 24 into 36, it will be just like the previous answer, which is nothing but 864. If I do now 25 into 38, that comes out to be what? 950. Okay, and if I just subtract both of them, what will be the answer coming out to be? Minus of 864. So answer comes out to be 86, and that is the weight of the teacher. Now if I have to solve this by shortcut, what will I do? I'll say, okay, teacher gave, this was 24 students as an average of 36. So let each one of them have 36 as a weight. Okay, how many students are there? 24 students are there. Their average is 36. Let each one of them have a weight of 36. Now what has happened? Plus 2 is given by teacher to all of them. Why? Because 36 became 38. So plus 2 is given by teacher to all of them. How many 2s did teacher give? To 24 students. So 48 is the extra weight that is given by the teacher to the rest of the students, so that their average increases from 36 to 38. And then teacher also has to maintain the average of what? The new average of 38, right? Teacher has to maintain this. So what is the weight that teacher will come up with? 8 plus 8, 16, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 86. That is the same answer that we get it here. Okay, so make sure always you solve it by the shortcut logic that we have discovered. No matter if they give you 3 kg, 2 will become 3. So if they give you 3 kg, let's solve it here only. Instead of 2, I give you 3. So this become plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 24 3s, it will be 72 is what the teacher gave. Since this is 3, 36 will become 39. And teacher has to maintain an average of 39. So 9 plus 2, it will be 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 111 will be the weight of the teacher. Okay, to obeys to be a teacher. That's it. So that's how you solve such kind of problem. So anytime given such scenario, make sure you visualize this by a shortcut. Now let's see one more scenario which is quite related to the similar one. 24 students, 36 kg. When the weight of the teacher is also average decreases. Okay, so now it's not increasing, it is decreasing by 1 kg, which means that the teacher came up with a lesser weight. Teacher didn't come with an extra weight. If the teacher would have come with an extra weight, then he would have given that extra weight to the other student, thereby increasing the overall average by 1 or 2. But now the teacher is decreasing the average, which means the teacher came up with a very less weight, and he's now taking the weight from the other student, so that decreasing the overall average. Okay, not feasible, but then not logical that teacher will come up with a lesser weight. Teacher will obviously have more weight than student, but this is a problem and we need to solve it only in terms of value. Okay, so let's start. 24 kg, 36 students. So the sum of weight of all the students will be this. Okay, as we have seen, what is 24 into 36? Which is nothing but 864. So 864 is something that we have it here. Teacher is also included, so 24 becomes 24. The average decreases by 1 kg, so 36 becomes 35 now, no longer 37, because this is minus 1. So teacher is taking weight from other student. Teacher is having a lesser weight now as compared to the other student. Now let's just multiply this. 25 into 35, that will be my new sum of weight of all the students. That comes out to be 875. And if you subtract both of them, what does it coming out to be? 64, 65, 75, 11. Which means that the weight of the teacher was 11. Okay, and that's how you solve the problem. Because you know that now, teacher came up with a lesser weight. Yes, it's quite a lesser weight. Lesser weight compared to what? But the actual average which was there during that time. If I say 24 student as a weight of 36 kg, teacher came up with 11. So it took weight from rest of the student. Okay, and that's why the overall average decreased. That's how you have to visualize the problem. Now how do you solve the same problem? By our famous shortcut. Okay, how will you do that? 24 student, 36 kg. So let's say 36 is the weight of all the 24 student here. So 36. How many times? 24 students. Decreases by 1 kg, which means teacher took 1 kg from all of the students. Teacher took 1 kg from all of the students. Now not added, but it took. So what will happen? How much did it take then? How much did it take? From 24 students it is taking. So how much will it take? 24 kg. Teacher took 24 kg from all the students. Okay, and teacher has to maintain an average of what? Teacher has to maintain the new average of what? 35. So maintain a new average of 35 and took out 24 from the rest. So teacher came up with what? A lesser weight of 35 minus 24, which is nothing but 11. That's it. That's what our answer is. Okay, so now even if they play with any of the value, you should always reach to your answer by a shortcut problem. Okay, just try and visualize, okay, how will things happen, and these kind of problems should be very easy for you to solve. So now let's solve a problem on average weight. This will be quite similar to the earlier problem that we have solved, but it comes with a little variation. Okay, so let's understand what is a variation with respect to this problem. So AG and friends. AG has a group of 3 friends, Aman, Shankar and Julie. The average weight of 4 including AG is 40 kg. So you will say it's quite simple. Sum of weight of all the 4 is 40 into 4, it's 160, right? A new person, Suresh, is included in the group. Then the average weight of the group increases by 1 kg. So the average weight, which was 40, now becomes 41 because of Suresh who is being added. So what will you know now? You will know what is the weight of Suresh, because Suresh gave 1 kg to rest 4 of them, so he gave 4 kg there, and to maintain the average of 41 he will bring the 41. So 41 plus 4, it will be what? 45. 45 will be the weight of Suresh. Okay, so it's quite simple, and even when I don't read the entire problem, I know what is going on right there. Okay, then what? Again, a new person, Kamlesh, replaces Aman. Then the average of the 5% becomes 42. Now what is happening? Kamlesh is coming and he is replacing Aman. So Aman is going and Kamlesh is coming. And with Kamlesh replacing Aman, now the new average of the 5 persons. Okay, who were the 5 persons earlier? These 3, along with AG and Suresh. Okay, these were the 5 persons. Then Kamlesh came and replaced Aman, who was here. And then the new average of the 5% including Kamlesh and replacing Aman is 42. So you will say sum of the 5 will be 42 into 5, which will be nothing but 210. Okay, quite simple here. Then I am being asked what is the average weight of Shankar, Julie, AG and Kamlesh. Okay, so how do you go ahead with this problem? Write whatever you know. So I know Aman plus Shankar plus Julie, okay, plus AG. What is sum of weight of all the 4? That is nothing but 160, because their average is given to be 40. When Suresh is also included in the group, so include a Suresh. Suresh plus Aman plus Shankar plus Julie plus AG. Okay, the average becomes what? 41. We already know what is the weight of Suresh now if it becomes 45, right? It's quite clear. So 41 is the new average, we know that. So what is the sum of weight of all of them? 41 into what? 41 into what? 5. Okay, which is coming out to what? 205. This is also clear. Okay, and we know that if we subtract both of them, then also we will get the answer as 45, which is nothing but the weight of Suresh. Okay, so all the understanding are quite clear here. Now what is happening after that? Again, a new person, Kamlesh, replaces Aman. Now what is happening? A new person, Kamlesh, comes in and he replaces Aman. So instead of Aman, let's write all of them now. Aman plus Suresh plus Julie plus AG. This is Shankar, sorry. Aman plus Shankar plus Julie plus AG, and this will be a Suresh. Okay, plus now what is happening? This Aman is taken out. Okay, he leaves, and he is replaced by whom? He is replaced by Kamlesh. He is replaced by Kamlesh. Again, there are 5 people, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But now the average of this new 5 people is nothing but 42. So what is the sum of weight of all the 5? That will be equal to 42 into 5, right? Which comes out to be what? 210. 210 is the sum of weight of all the 5. Now what is the question asking me? Let's see. What is the average weight of Shankar, Julie, AG and Kamlesh? So Shankar is here, correct? Julie is here, correct? AG is here and Kamlesh is here, which means I need to just take out Suresh from here. If I take out Suresh and I get sum of all this 4, I can divide that by 4, right? Sum of all the 4 divided by 4 will give me average weight of all the 4. So I just need the sum of them. So I need to take out Suresh from here. I already know sum of all the 5 is what? Sum of this plus this plus this plus this plus this is what? 210. Take out Suresh from that. And what is Suresh? 45. So take out 45 from 210. Take out 45 from 210. Okay, what are you left with then? Check it. This will be what? 55. That will be 100 plus 100. That will be 165. So this comes out to be 165, which means sum of weight of Kamlesh plus Shankar plus Julie plus AG is 165. Because I take out Suresh from this, okay? Because all the 5 is 210. If I take out 45, which is Suresh, I'm left with 165. So sum of weight of all this 4, Shankar, Julie, AG and Kamlesh, is 165. Divide that by 4, okay, to get an average weight of all this 4. That's it. So I'll get the answer. 4 1s are 4 4s are 16. 4 1s are 4. I'm left with 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is 0.25. Correct. That is your answer. 41.25 will be the average weight of all this 4. So all that I did was just apply the simple concept, okay. I started with what I knew. I went on to make one more equation, then I just replaced one thing with the other, and I eventually reached that, okay, the sum of this 4 is this, so eventually their average will be this. So write one thing at a time which is given to you, apply the logic, apply the shortcuts that we know, eventually you will reach to your answer. So we see few more problems related to weight. Okay, so now AG was watching cricket match. That is when he comes across few of the interesting stats. The average weight of the 11 players of Indian cricket team is 50 kg, which means sum of weight of all of them will be 50 into 11, which is nothing but 550 kg. If the average of the first 6 lightest weight player is 49 kg, okay, then the average weight of the 6 heaviest player is 52 kg, okay, I know that as well. Then he thought, what will be the average weight of the player which lies in the 6th position if in a list of players when all the 11 players are arranged in the increasing or the decreasing order of weight. So if I arrange them in the increasing or decreasing order, the player who will come 6th, okay, what will be the average weight, or you can say what will be the weight of that player. Okay, average weight will be nothing but the weight of that player who will be at 6th position. Okay, that's what you have to think and reach to your answer. So let's start with this. So if I say A, B, C, D and then E, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then F are the first 6 lightest player. Okay, so you will say the lightest among them is this, which means that will be at the bottom, and second, this will be third, this will be fourth, this will be 5, this will be 6. Okay, I'm going from the lightest to the heaviest. Okay, so 11 will be the heaviest and 1 will be the lightest, like that. Their average first 6 lightest is what? 49. So I'll do what? 49 into 6. Do 49 into 6 because their average is nothing but 49. So sum of weight of all of them will be 49 into 6. Okay, how will you calculate that? 50 into 6 is what? 300. 300 minus 6, which is nothing but 294. So sum of weight of A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F is nothing but 294. Okay, now let's see the 6th heaviest player. 6th heaviest player will be what? That will be F, that is 6 plus 7. Say F, G, then H, then I, then J and then K. He's your 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? As I told you, 1 is the lightest and 11th is the heaviest. So first 6 lightest and then the first 6 heaviest. Okay, that will be 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 and then 6. Their average is given to me as 52. So what is sum of weight of all the players which are in this category? So what will you do? 52 into what? 52 into 5, which is coming out to be what? 52 into 5, correct? This is 52 into 6, sorry, 52 into 6, because there are 6 players, which is coming out to be what? 312. Correct? Earlier we did 49 into 6, we got this. Now we did 52 into 6 and we got the answer as 312. What is this now? Add all of them. Okay, this plus this plus this plus this is equal to this. Now in the end, what do we have? The 11 players have an average of 50, which means what? If I add all of them, A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F, okay, plus G plus H plus I plus J plus K. No need to write it in this way and solve it. Okay, this is just for imagination of someone who is not able to visualize how will this problem happen. That's why I'm writing so many. You can solve it by just looking at this as well. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What is the sum of weight of all these 11 players? 50 into 11, which is nothing but 550. Correct. Which is nothing but 550. Now if I add this and this, what will you get? You will get everything same. A plus B plus C plus D plus plus, the only thing is f will be twice. So you can think of about it in a this way. This is nothing but a plus b plus c plus d plus e. Okay, and this is an f which is repeated in both. This is g plus h plus I plus j plus k. Okay, something like that. Or you can say just add this with this. What will you get? A plus b plus c plus d plus e, correct, plus 2f plus g plus h plus I plus j plus k. So what is being repeated here? F is went twice. Now just add both of them. This is 4 plus 2 6, 9 plus 1 10, 3, 4, 5, 6. This comes out to be 606, correct? 4 plus 2, 9 plus 1 is 10, 3, 4, 5, 606. What is an addition here? There is a 2f here and there is a single f here. Rest everything is same. A, B, C, D, E, correct? A, B, C, D, E. Then I have G, H, I, J, K, G, H, I, J, K. F is here, F and then F, and there is only one F here, which means that extra F is nothing but this 606 minus 550. Okay, 606 minus 550, which comes out to be what? 56, and that turns out to be your F. Okay, that's what he's asking us. If they are arranged in the ascending or the descending order, like from increasing to decreasing, that's from 11 to 1 or from 1 to 11. Always F will be in the middle. Now, you arrange them from 1 to 11 or 11 to 1, F will always be in the middle. What is the weight of F? The weight of F is nothing but 56 kg, and that's how we reach the solution of this. So quite a similar problem that we have done earlier. You can just solve it orally. Okay, just do this. 550, then 49 into 6, then 52 into 6. Add both of them, get an answer, subtract, and reach to the answer. Solve in 15 to 20 seconds. I wrote so many things so that you can visualize and think as to how is this actually happening. Now let's solve this problem which is related to AG watching cricket. Okay, so AG was watching cricket match. That is when he comes across pretty interesting stat. That is, the average score of Dhoni in the 48th inning is 48. In the 49th inning, he scores 97 runs. Okay, so even before reading the rest of the question, can you tell me what is the new average of Dhoni? Okay, visualize. Okay, what will be the new average? 48 inning, he scored 48 was the average. So I'll say, okay, 48 is the run that he has scored in each of the inning, right, of his 48 inning, right? And in the 49th inning, he scored a 97. What will happen first? He'll give 1-1 to rest all of them, because this is what I think is feasible. He gives 1-1. How much 1 will he give? How much 1 will he give to rest of them? 48 ones. He will give 48 ones, right? Okay, and this 48 ones, eventually the average will become from 48 to 49. Okay, and he will keep a 49 here as well, because this is 97. Okay, 48 plus 49 is 97. So his new average after the 49th inning will be what? 49. Okay, because he scored 97 runs. Okay, I hope you are able to visualize this. 48 innings, he had 48 as an average. 49th inning, he scored a 97 runs. He gives 1 run to each of the previous 48 inning. Okay, so 1 added to 48 becomes 49. So each of the 48 innings becomes 49 runs now. Okay, and he has to maintain an average of 49. So 49 is the new average after 49 inning. His average increases by 1. You can say it in that way. The question that is being asked to me right now is, in the 50th innings, the minimum number of runs required to increase his average by 2 runs than it was before the 50th inning. So before the 50th innings, what was his average? In the 49th inning, his average was 49. We know that. Now minimum number of runs he is required to score to reach an average which is 2 runs more than the previous average. So he has to reach an average of what? 49 was his average in 49th inning. 50th inning, his average has to become what? 51. Okay, in the 50th inning, his average has to become 51. The question that is being asked to me is, how much runs should he score in the 50th inning? Okay, which means what? See, now he has to first maintain an average of 51. So first he'll for the 50th inning, then he will be giving 2 additional to what? 2 additional to the rest of the 49 innings, okay, such that 49 plus 2 will be becoming what? 51. Imagine it in this way: 49 inning, each of the inning he scored 49 runs, correct? Each of the inning he scored 49 runs. Now he has to increase this each of the 49 by 2. He has to increase each of this 49 by 2, correct? So how many such 49 are there that he'll have to increase by 2? 49 are there, right? 49 are there which he has to increase by 2, okay? So 49 he has to increase by 2. 49 into 2 will be what? 98, which means 98 runs he will give it to the rest of the 49 innings to increase their average from 49 to 51, and 51 he will score in the 50th inning, okay, so that's to maintain an average of 51. So that the total number of runs that will be scored by him was 8 plus 1 9, 9 plus 5 will be 14. 149 is what Dhoni is supposed to score in the 50th inning to increase his average by 2 runs. Okay, so earlier his average till 49th inning it was 49. Now to make an average of 51, he will have to score a minimum of 149 runs in the 50th innings. Okay, so we have just applied the logic or the shortcut which we have learned in age and weight kind of problem in the similar problem related to the runs and the innings, because the concept for average remains same. It doesn't matter where you apply this. Okay, so make sure you know this shortcut really well, because it will help you to solve a lot of such problems in future. Okay, let's see one easy problem on averages, but you just need to know how to go ahead with this. I hope all of you know this. AG and college with respect to marks. Okay, what is the average marks that you score? So AG scored 40 marks out of 50 in electronics, 70 out of 100 in computer science, and 142 out of 150 in statistics. What is the average marks scored by him? I hope all of you know this. How to solve this? 40 is scored by him. Total marks scored by him, as you solve for average speed, total distance upon total times. Okay, so that's how it is. It is total marks that is scored by him, 40 plus 70 plus 142 out of the maximum marks for this 3 subject. Okay, that will be what? This is 50, this is 100, this is 150. So add 50 plus 100 plus 150. Okay, and that's how we reach to your answer. So let's just add this. This becomes what? 40 plus 70 plus this is 142. So answer comes out to be what? 252 is this, divided by what? This is 200, 300, right? Now all that you have to check is 252 is what percent of 300. So one of the way it will be easier to find it out is, yes, into 100, just do into 100. Okay, because then it will be easy. 252 divided by 3, just find this out and we will reach to your answer. So 3 1s are 3 8s are 24, 1 2 3 4s are 12. That's it. 84% will be your answer to this question. So in case anything related to marks that is being asked in averages, that is nothing but the total marks scored upon the maximum marks. Okay, the percentage of marks that you score is always an average of the marks that you have scored in the subject. Okay, and that's how you solve such easy problem with related to marks and averages.